In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
By now, everybody knows Katt Williams has been on a crusade to expose Hollywood's darkest secrets, and this time, his spotlight is on Kevin Hart. You might recall a few years ago, Kevin went off on Katt, saying his addiction wrecked his own career and that he blamed everyone but himself. Well, guess what? Katt ultimately chose to return the favor, and he did it in explosive fashion. In a wild sit-down with Shannon Sharpe, Katt accused Kevin of selling out his soul and integrity just to climb the Hollywood ladder. He even publicly alleged that Kevin was pushed into a humiliation ritual, dressing up by cosplaying as a gay man just to prove his loyalty to the industry.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. Know why they take it the wrong way.
Now, this isn't the first time folks roast Kevin for being power-hungry or chasing fame by any means necessary. But this time he dove all in. No censors, no pulling punches, just raw unveiling of everything shady Kevin allegedly did to reach where he is today. But now Kevin Hart's fed up. He's officially done with Katt Williams dragging his name through the mud. And this time, he's pushing back hard. Word is Kevin's preparing to hit Katt with a massive defamation lawsuit. And by the looks of it, 2024 is about to be one long, messy year for both of them. Because Katt didn't just toss shade, he read and fulfilled. If you somehow missed all the chaos from the past few days, Katt's interview with Shannon Sharpe practically shattered the internet. It ran for over 3 hours, and instead of cracking jokes like fans expected, Katt went nuclear. He exposed the industry's filthiest secrets, naming names, bringing receipts, and leaving people still scrambling to respond. But what truly left fans gasping was the moment he called out Kevin Hart, directly accusing him of being power-hungry and soulless in his climb to the top. And what's crazy, this isn't even the first time folks went there. Years ago, he already warned people about Kevin's so-called Hollywood deal, accusing him of pretending to be something he's not just to stay truly relevant.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, you got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, what? A prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. And I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't even wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
So here's how it all loops back. Katt wasn't just talking wild when he brought up Kevin's so-called humiliation ritual. Years back, Kevin actually portrayed a gay character in an SNL sketch, and that moment sparked déjà vu for fans tuned into the whispers about Hollywood's darker side. See, in the early 2000s, there were already heavy rumors swirling that certain black male comedians were being pushed to wear dresses or wigs as a twisted rite of passage to make it big. The whole narrative exploded when Dave Chappelle sat with Oprah in 2006 and laid it all out. He said that while shooting a film with Martin Lawrence, producers tried pressuring him to put on a dress, and when he refused, they immediately pulled a backup script like they'd planned for his pushback. That interview rattled Hollywood to its core. Afterward, other stars started getting pressed on where they stood about it, and one of those asked was Kevin Hart.
But the minute it was clear, I was adamant. I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. Guy comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Hot damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
Kevin tried to brush it off at first, but he still made one point clear. He claimed he never compromised his values or wore a dress just to satisfy the industry. But soon after making that remark, Kevin Hart pulled a complete 180, popping up on SNL in full drag, sporting a dress and a wig for everyone to see. Fans were stunned. The same guy who once insisted he'd never compromise his values was suddenly doing exactly what he swore he wouldn't. Now maybe it was simply comedy for Kevin. Maybe he genuinely thought it was hilarious. But plenty of people didn't buy it. They felt he did it to please the higher-ups in Hollywood, to prove he'd play along if it meant more fame, more power, more doors opening. And truth be told, it worked. Kevin wasn't some unknown comic before that moment, but after that SNL sketch, his career exploded. Suddenly he was everywhere, leading blockbuster films, hosting major award shows, and becoming one of the most bankable names in comedy. Still, the backlash was harsh. Fans called him a sellout, forcing Kevin to jump on Twitter to defend himself. He said, "I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that choice. Nobody made it for me. I'm my own boss." When Katt Williams was later asked about it, he didn't roast Kevin. He just shook his head and said it wasn't really Kevin's fault. In the bigger picture anyway, he later suggested.
Great comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? and is that something that, you wouldn't do, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning.
You look good
no to
doing
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
Katt alleges Kevin fits a long-standing Hollywood pattern, a system that pressures black men to wear dresses before they're allowed to move up in fame, and it gets even darker. For years, some fans have pushed a theory that Kevin Hart wasn't merely a rising talent, but an industry plant strategically positioned to replace Katt. After that SNL moment, the narrative gained real momentum. While Kevin's star was soaring, the media suddenly began dismantling Katt's image, portraying him as unstable, addicted, and out of control. Katt later confronted those claims in an explosive 2016 rant, which only poured more fuel on the fire.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
After all the chaos, Katt Williams went quiet for a while, stepping back from social media and laying low. But when he finally resurfaced in 2018, he came out swinging with a fiery interview. He didn't just speak his mind. He reignited the industry, this time targeting Tiffany Haddish and calling her a power-hungry industry plant who sold out for fame and acceptance. Although Katt didn't mention Kevin Hart by name during that interview, Kevin seemingly felt the heat.
The reason I don't do Big Tigger is because I had a tumor in my upper jaw and they had to take it out. and they had to block the whole right of my sinus with a piece of metal. So ever since I got out the Marine Corps, I can only breathe out of one nostril, boy. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. I'm 44 years old, little Tigger. You look up my rap sheet. I have never had a DUI or a possession of anything, not even the I do every day. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody.
A few days later, he and Tiffany hit the Breakfast Club and Kevin fully unloaded. He labeled Katt a failure, said he sabotaged his own career, and even alleged the only reason Katt wasn't on top anymore was because he chose crack over success. The jab cut deep, and Katt wasn't letting it slide. Within hours, he jumped on Instagram with a sharp clapback, accusing Kevin of spreading lies to protect his image and distract from his own Hollywood dealings. The shots were fired in public, and from that point on, it was clear this wasn't just a comedy rivalry anymore. It was a full-blown war of pride, power, and receipts.
6 female black comedians that I know personally that I put on tour who have a hard time getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A after they headline 7 shows at a club for $2,500 a week.
But people like real, and that's why
is
they
that
like
what
her.
they like?
They love real.
Because everybody's real then. So don't trip.
No.
Is they so ghetto? When did that become marketable? Knock it off. They like her because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt.
After that messy back and forth, Katt disappeared again, completely off the grid. No interviews, no live streams, nothing. But just a few days ago, he resurfaced and dropped his biggest bomb yet. In his latest claims, Katt accused Kevin Hart of selling his soul for power and fame. According to him, Kevin cut secret deals with Hollywood elites early in his career, trading loyalty and silence for success. Katt made it clear that, unlike Kevin, he's never taken a payoff to keep quiet about what happens behind the scenes. He also reminded fans of the time he was allegedly blackballed after refusing to perform a disturbing scene in Friday After Next. Producers, he said, wanted him to act out a SA gag they thought would be funny, but Katt refused, saying there was nothing comedic about it. After production wrapped, Katt claims every movie role he was promised mysteriously vanished, and those same roles went to Kevin Hart, who, according to Katt, was always willing to play the game.
Frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You promo shoots. You off your promo trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lou Nell. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I've brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities that I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your Don't on my sister Light because you're not happy with your This
During the New York Knicks versus, Philadelphia 76ers game, Kevin tossed some subtle shade, cracking corny jokes about Katt buying the Knicks and dropping them off at the arena. Fans immediately caught the subliminal. Kevin might have been smiling, but everyone knew it was his way of signaling he wanted all the smoke with Katt. Now, reports are swirling that Kevin Hart is gearing up to sue Katt Williams once and for all.
He wasn't there and off making 85 million. I was over here not making 85 million. But it's all good. I don't mind $1 million a month and keeping my soul. And as long as Richard Pryor was able to be the king of comedy and a crackhead, they're going to continue to say maybe I am. But again, I urge you, if there's a you can do that'll get you Katt Williams level, you should OD on it tonight.
The claim now is that this feud has dragged on for years and finally crossed the line. And honestly, after everything that's been said, it doesn't look like either one is backing down anytime soon. As always, social media had plenty to say about the drama. One user wrote, "I've always believed Kevin Hart was positioned to replace Katt. It happened right when Katt's career hit turbulence. Then boom, Kevin was everywhere." Another fan chimed in, "It's absolutely true. I remember him as a background comedian in Scary Movie 3, and then suddenly he was Hollywood's golden boy. I never thought he was that funny, so how did he blow up so fast?" The internet's divided. Some say Katt's just bitter. Others swear he's finally telling the truth about what really goes on behind Hollywood's closed doors. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Kevin Hart sold his soul chasing power and fame? Or is Katt Williams just stirring chaos for clout? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, hit like, subscribe, and click here to check out our next messy deep dive. Because trust me, this story is only getting crazier from here.